Welcome, league owners, to the week one wrap up show. You are part of the greatest fantasy football league in history. I'm your commissioner, UD, and let's get right into the week one wrap up. And we'll start with one of the most impressive week ones we've seen in years. Ryan versus Christian. Ryan throwing up over 400 points, and wow, he flexed his muscles with Lamar, Henry, Cook, Nakua, Smith, Nagigma, Laporta, and Herbert, all really good weeks, and throw in a 16-point week for his Broncos D, and wow, you're over 430. It was bittersweet, though, for Ryan, given the Jets' crash landing in the Meadowlands. Christian, Bijan good, Purdy, Worthy, bad. Both could see considerable time on the IR. Could be a long year for Cheech. And now in week two, he plays the GOAT. And let's get right into the GOAT's week. Matty the GOAT versus Mikey the wannabe GOAT. Well, the football gods have spoken, and the winner has always been Matty. Solid week one with over 300, but well below his average. One of only three teams to be over 300 points in week one. But for the GOAT, Stroud and his QBs could be an issue. JJ showed up and showed some grit last night, but Cam and CJ, that could be an issue down the road for the GOAT. But I am sure he'll make some moves and fix any team issues. And I'm also sure we'll see Debo in the starting lineup for the GOAT next week as well. Mikey, this team has gaps. Maybe 500 this year. ETN looked good on his bench and should play week two, and Fields looked really good. Mikey should right the ship in week two. He plays Pat Jr., who is under extreme pressure to not only get on the podcast, but get some medical attention. So Mikey has never started a season 0-2, and he looks to right the ship it and get to 1-1 versus Pat Jr. Matty plays Cheech in a must-win for Cheech. And let's get right into game number three, Pat Jr. versus Andy. It was a battle for the bottom, with Pat winning with 235.5 points. Late night game and a tough one for Andy. Pat Jr. has to deal with Kittle being out 4 to 6 weeks. Does he even take him out of his starting lineup next week, or does he forget and have the league take note? Andy has chemistry issues and will tinker this week, no doubt. HEN on a bad team. I say Bo no, I call him. He stinks. Jacoby being his top scorer. That, my friends, is a red flag. Danny Dimes on his bench had a great week, and Andy will start him, but that might not work out well for Andy with Danny Dimes playing a tough Denver team in week two. Andy plays David Jr., both 0-1, in a week two game of the week. Now for week number four matchup, Johnny versus David. Tough game to watch. Tough one for David, especially with the 4:30 a.m. text from Fisherman Johnny that says, "Suck it, Dave." Johnny just under 300 points with 297. Should have lost with DJ Moore wide open late and has missed, then almost killed over the middle. David is looking to dump Walker Jr., but he plays Pittsburgh this week, who let the Jets run all over them. Be careful with the trades this early, people. Johnny has an okay team with Allen. He is always in it. And Ibuka should start this week since he is a top wide receiver. Not sure why Johnny sat him in week one. Didn't matter. He comes away with a win and he goes to 1-0. David 0-1. I will say, if David gets his RBs fixed, he could be dangerous. Jaden Daniels, Mahomes, Zay Flowers, all showing good signs this year. And the game of the week, David Jr. versus Andy. It's going to be a good one. Johnny should get to 2-0 for the first time ever with a UG matchup in week two. Speaking of UG, it was a 120-point loss, but it was just what I needed since I played UG in week one. Your commissioner goes to 1-0. Listen, I had a lot going on with press and interviews this week around the podcast, and league getting so much national attention. Some owners might have been distracted. Not this one. 340.5 points. UG with Burrow and Genty, well, they showed up this year and probably next week. But Judy, Ferguson, and McLaurin are issues. They stink. Throw a bad owner on top of that, and you have a really long season. Doesn't get any easier for UG with his 225.5 points. He plays Johnny, Andy, Mikey, and Maddie coming up. UD versus Ryan, week 2. David versus Goliath should be a good one, with UD at 45% early. Couple updates for the podcast. We are hoping to finalize agreements with David Jr., Cheech, Pat Jr., and UG to get into the studios for upcoming podcasts. Good luck, owners. Have a great week, and good luck in week 2. Signing off.